Hello there guys and welcome back to the FIFA 21 career mode with RB Leipzig, and today we've got episode 16 of the career mode and the start of season 2. So just before we go any further then into today's episode, the majority of you watching this video right now aren't subscribed to the channel, so you want to be subscribed and see more career mode videos from myself, go down below, hit the red subscribe button. It's completely free and you can always go back and change your mind. So as you guys seen then at the end of the last episode, the season 1 finale, we've seen some of the players' overalls, but now especially going into the new season, some of them have gone up even more. So I think Silva, as you can see, now gone up to an 83, Szoboszlai gone up to an 81, and then you'll see Danny Olmo's gone up to an 83 as well. I think Klosterman's gone up to an 84, Meccano an 85, and yeah, so these players, some of them have gone up in overall as well, just by simming through to the next season. So I think we'll start things off then by looking at the board objectives and see what they have to say for us. So first one being reach the final of the Champions League. That is a massive one. Last season you only managed to finish in the quarterfinals. So this season I want to go all the way, not necessarily win it, but at least reach the final. Also to win the Bundesliga title again. Bayern Munich won it last season. We finished in second place due to the last game beating Bayern. Their only defeat for that season, but again, winning the Bundesliga title is going to be a really hard task. Then also to win the German Cup. So here is then the transfer budget for this second season. As you can see, we've got 192 million euros in the transfer budget, and we've got 446,000 in the wage budget. So we got a lot of money to work with. So with the squad this season then, and obviously the objectives that have been set, I've been sort of forced to sort of change my objectives for transfers this season. Now, my objectives for transfers this season will sort of go along the same lines as we did last season. Sign a few key, crucial players, then also sign some younger players and try and get them some game time in the first season. But now with the board objectives, obviously reach the final of the Champions League and also win the Bundesliga and also the German Cup, I feel like we need to sort of shift our focus a little bit and try and sign, you know, some key players for this first team. And so with that being the matter then, I've gone ahead and added one player to the transfer list, and you can see it's this guy here, left back. Obviously we don't play a forward back formation, and he could probably do a job at left mid, but with Angelino there, I don't really feel like he's a need at the club, so I've gone ahead and added him to the transfer list and added all these younger players to the loan list. Like I said, the idea this season was to try and get them some game time and maybe just find a first team starter. But with them wanting us to do so well in the league and the cup and obviously the Champions League as well, I just don't think there's going to be any chance at all. So I think the best option for these guys is to add them to the loan list and see if we can get them out on loan. So this is then how the team looks at the start of season 2. As you guys have seen, some of the overalls have gone up already. But in terms of transfers and also selling players, so a big key factor for me was going into the season 2. We was going to sell up Meccano and then possibly Konate as well, and bring in a younger centre-back. Now, I don't think we're going to sell either of these two, because obviously the board expectations are so high. You know, if we sold these two, I can't really imagine any sort of centre-back that we could bring in. And like I say, we could bring someone in that'll be 85 rated, because I feel like we do need these sort of high-rated centre-backs to help us win the Champions League and hopefully get to the final at least of the Champions League and also win the Bundesliga, you know, all that good stuff. We need a high-rated team, so I don't think selling off Meccano and Konate is going to help that in any matter of fact. Obviously, having Mukiele and Holstenberg on the bench is going to help us. So I don't think we'd have to sell any players. If anything, sell some deadwood that we aren't going to use and loan out certain players. But I think if anything, we're going to sign maybe one or possibly two key players for the team. And I think in that area, one is going to be striker, just because Silva did sort of drop off towards the end of last season. And I can't afford for that to carry on in this second season. You know, we really need to hit the ground running and start picking up points and wins early. So I think a new striker is needed. And then, like I say, if need be, Silva can always play in this position here. As you can see, he won't get any sort of minus points or anything by playing behind the striker. So we can always play Silva there or He-Chan there if needed. And then bring in a new striker up here. And that gives a chance for, Grealish and Szoboszlai to get some rest time. So we've added some players then to the shortlist. And as you guys can see, some of them are still on here from the previous season. And I've also added Daka back to the shortlist. Because like I say, I think we might take a look at him for this second season. But like I say, the idea was for this second season was to sell Konate, possibly Konate, but definitely sell off Meccano and bring in the likes of Simakan and then this guy here who did get recommended to us in one of the last episodes of last season. But I just think, with the board expectations being so high, if he wasn't, and it was just like reach the quarterfinals once again, and then reach maybe the semi-finals of the German Cup, and, something along them lines, then I would like to bring in some youth players and sell some of the older players and some of the more experienced players. but I just can't risk it. You know, bringing a 74 rated centre-back into the club, you know, I can't really afford for us to lower the quality of the team too much with the board expecting us to win the Champions League. Like I say, I think these sort of players are okay staying on the shortlist, but like I say, I think moving forward we're going to have to sign some quality. So I think that's why this guy comes into question. 87 rated now. Let's re-sign him back to the club. And I know some of you guys are sort of against it, some of you guys are for it, and I just think to make this career mode just a little bit more interesting, you know, like I say, going off form in real life, obviously now, Thomas Tuchel now taking over at Chelsea, we don't know how his form is going to be, but based off how Frank Lampard, and when he was in manager and Timo Werner wasn't performing too well, let's just do what career mode is known for best, and that is just like not being too realistic, but having a bit of fun at the same time. So I think in today's episode, we'll go in and try and re-sign Timo Werner. So just going ahead then and taking a look at the calendar then, just before we go any further into the transfer window. And just going over here, and you can see our first game of today's episode, the only game of today's episode, is going to be against Bayern Munich in the Super Cup. And I was a little bit blagged because I thought Super Cup, obviously that's normally Europa League winners versus Champions League winners. But in this case, we didn't win either, obviously. So I'm guessing because Bayern Munich won the Bundesliga and also won the German Cup, they're just going to face who finished second in the Bundesliga, which was us. And that is why we're going to be facing them in the Super Cup. So just quickly then, before we go into the transfer market and start putting a few offers in for some players, I'm just taking a look at the bench, because obviously we've sorted out now that in the first team we do want a striker in at the club. So I'm just thinking now, so the bench doesn't look too bad, but I'm just a little bit worried about the quality that's on the bench at the moment. So we do sign Timo Werner. That does mean that Andre Silva would come down to the bench, or even Silva could go where Szoboszlai is, and then Szoboszlai goes down where Angelino is, so on and so forth. So this is how the bench would look. Just ignore Wolf at striker. Just imagine that's Timo Werner at the moment. So this is how the bench is going to look. And like I say, it's not a bad bench. We've got two strikers. And don't forget, these strikers can play in these positions just behind the main striker in the squad. So they're not playing out of position. So we've got them two. We've got two midfielders in Olmo and Chi Adams. And then also we've got two centre-backs there as well. One left-sided centre-back and also one right-sided centre-back. So I'm quite happy with that. But the other position I'm not happy with is Lookman. Now, Lookman 77 rated. I could just do with a higher rated left mid or right mid on the bench, you know. We've got Gosens on the right. We've got Angelino on the left. And I'm just thinking if I had at least an 81, 82 maybe left mid on the bench that could play left mid and right mid, and with 5-star weak foot ideally, that would be amazing, because obviously Gosens and Angelino are going to want to get rotated. And obviously I could bring Lookman on, but I'd like just a higher rated player there just to bring on to rotate them. So I think maybe bringing Timo Werner in, and then maybe a higher rated left mid or right mid, like I say, that has 5-star weak foot. So then guys, we've got some scout reports back then from players that I've gone out and just had a look for, and I've got to admit it's quite hard to find someone that can play left mid and right mid and also 5-star skills that isn't well known and isn't sort of like too unrealistic of a transfer. Like I say, you can see Timo Werner is a very unrealistic transfer going back to RB Leipzig, but just because of that connection, I'm sort of like allowing it to happen, so to speak. But you'll see my problem when we go down this shortlist here now. So obviously I've gone down and sent some scouts out, and the reports have come back here. So these are some players just from Salzburg who have sent some scout reports out. No one of any sort of like high overall there, because he Thuram, like I say, if only his weak foot was higher, I probably would possibly go in for him. But he's only got a 2-star weak foot, so I'm not too happy with that. Cucurella, as we know, we're going to sign him over Gosens, but went for Gosens instead. And like I say, if Cucurella's weak foot was higher, and like I say, we could possibly train it, but we don't know how long that's going to take, we would possibly go in for him. This guy from Leeds, I was going to sign him, but only a 3-star weak foot again. Very hard to find someone that can play left mid and right mid again. And also Richarlison I've added because I do know he has a very good weak foot there, a 5-star. And also he does have high work rate, but bringing him in, would he want to sit on the bench all season? I don't think he would, and he probably would get rotated a lot. And would he leave from Everton to go to RB Leipzig to play Champions League football? He'd probably, he'd like the idea of Champions League football, I think, but in Richarlison's eyes, he'd like to move to a team like Barcelona, Real Madrid, so on and so forth. So I don't know about Richarlison. I've got to admit, out of all these 4 players, including Richarlison seems the best bet, just because he's got 5-star weak foot, and I know he can play left mid or right mid, well, preferably the wings, but I know he can play on both sides. So, again, he's probably there, but I'm going to wait to see what you guys say down below in the comment section on any players that can play left mid, right mid, and I've also got 5-star weak foot. Well, let's get into this offer then for Timo Werner, and you can see they've also got Thomas Tuchel's face in the game, which is really nice. obviously with the realism mod, it really does like make the game so much better. You think all this stuff would be basic with FIFA 21 career mode, but obviously not. So his current value is 78.5, and the assistant manager reckon between 80 and I think 85 for him. So he's doesn't recommend paying too much over his value. So I'm going to go with 80.5. Let's see where we get with that sort of offer. And I'm guessing he might want some sort of sell-on fee, maybe, being 25 years of age. I don't think we're going to be able to retrain him too much. And, wow, okay, it still says Frank Lampard, but still, the face, okay. But either way, 81.5 million, I'm quite happy with for an 87 rated striker, I've got to admit. And I really thought they would have wanted more money for him. But let's go straight into the contract here. I cannot complain with that whatsoever. I really would have thought they wanted 100 plus million. But maybe, just maybe he didn't hit the ground running. And that's one thing we can't check in career mode, is like go over to the Premier League and check how, you know, TIMO WERNER is doing. We can only check through Champions League and like competitions, you know, that we can see how he is doing. But a crucial squad role, happy to give him that. Of course I am. And like I say, Silva will probably move down to the bench and maybe get rotated or just play behind the striker instead of Szoboszlai sometimes. But yeah, crucial. Let's go with that. And in terms of contract length, we'll try to get him on for 4 years. I don't think he'll sign 5, but I think 4 maybe at a push. And okay, yeah, okay, that's what they were looking for. No release clause. I'm really happy with that. Now, in terms of a wage, okay, they're going to take a massive wage cut, which I hate in career mode, because you expect, you know, when you move to another team, you expect him to want, especially a very similar wage, if not want more. But obviously he wants a goal bonus on there. Let's remove the goal bonus. Let's edit his wage and try and give him 170 and lower that there and keep that sign-on bonus as it is. Are we going to get Timo Werner in? And we are. And then we got our first massive signing of Season 2. And there we go then, guys. Timo Werner has been reunited with RB Leipzig. I'm sure he's going to do amazing for us in this second season, and obviously his second time back at the club. Like I say, this is how the team is looking right now, and this is how I want it to look going into this second season now. So Haidara would get changed out for Olmo, and now in situations like this, I'd play Olmo and Lima, because Lima's more of a natural defender. In midfield, you can see a high defensive work rate, and Olmo sort of adds that attacking work rate into the midfield. Like I said, the only change I would make is the bench, and like I say, try and get a better left midfield or right midfielder on the bench that can come in and rotate with Angelino and Gosens. Like I say, that is where I want to improve the team next. And so in my head then, taking a look at the shortlist, obviously I'm going to wait to see what you guys say down below in the comment section. But I don't think Cucurella would be a bad idea. Obviously he's got amazing defending there at 76. His sprint speed 84 isn't too bad. Obviously Gosens isn't the fastest either. But Cucurella naturally good at defending, so I think he is sort of like the perfect replacement on the wing, well on the wings, but you know what I mean, on the side for either Angelino or Gosens if they want to get subbed off. But I just wonder how long it would take to train Cucurella's weak foot up, because if we can get it to 4-star, I'd be happy with that. So here you can see then, guys, Linus Lang, one of our youth academy players, has completed his development plan now. You can see he's got poor form, sorry, at the moment, and he's linked to a move to Leeds on loan for 1 season. So let's go ahead now and change the position, just to see if he does go up by any overalls here, and he is going to go up by 1 overall. Not the best. Again, I would like him to reach that 70 mark there. Let's get him on attacking. No, let's get him on advanced. No, shadow striker for now. Like I said, I think he is going to go on loan to Leeds anyway. But let's get into the press conference then, where we are going to be facing Bayern in the Super Cup. Like I say, for the first game of Season 2. There's a real sense of anticipation around the club. Werner coming in from Chelsea looks like a very exciting signing. What can we expect? I'm going to say he's a big plus for us, of course. I would say he needs time to settle, but I really don't know how he's going to do in this first game. I really don't. You're up against Bayern. What are you expecting from them? And obviously it's going to be a very tough game. But don't forget, at the end of Season 1, we did beat them in the 91st minute in the game with a goal from Szoboszlai. So I'm going to say I just want a good performance. As long as we put in a good performance, it does set us for a good start of Season 2. Whereas we get thrashed, you know, I'm going to be a little bit worried. I might take another look at the transfer market. And people are wondering why Grealish is still being picked. He's not in bad form, but I think that's just from the pre-season tournament. And like I say, nothing significant, pretty much. So just before we do go into it then, guys, I want to show you guys a new kit for this season. So with the mod, locked away, not locked away, but in some of the folders, there's actually like a fantasy kit for RB Leipzig. No other team, literally RB Leipzig is the only team. So funny enough, I'm doing RB Leipzig career mode. I'm going to show you guys this kit now. So you might have seen it before. I think I've seen it before, I'm not too sure. But here it is. Here is the kit that is in the Realism mod folders. And it does look really nice. Sort of like multicolored, mainly black, but you can see you got a bit of blue there, a bit of red, a bit of orange, a bit of yellow. And it is quite nice. So we're going to use it in this first game here against Bayern. And we're going to see how we do with it. You see Bayern playing a little bit of a weaker team there. Some players I've never really heard of before. But it's no reason to go out there and not get the win. Here we go then. TIMO WERNER making his second debut at the club. I need to change him actually and give him the number 9 shirt. Currently got the number 13. But let's have a see how we do in this game against Bayern. Like I said, last season we started it off again with a game against Bayern, but that was in the league. And we drew that game at 1-1. So like I said, it'd be interesting to see how we do in this game against them. Considering, like I said, last season we finished off with quite a good high, you know, finishing in second place with a 1-0 win against Bayern. Okay, I feel like we're getting outplayed here. Like, literally outplayed already. Kimmich now quite far at the pitch. Just trying to get a tackle in or some sort. And we just can't seem to get the ball. We haven't seen it or touched it for the first 10 minutes. And, okay, the cross is in. Headed away from Upamecano. You guys have to let me know down below. Am I making the right decision in not selling Upamecano? Okay, hang on. Just hang on. Kimmich now. Okay, he tries to get the pass. Klosterman stopping him, but still not got the ball here. And still not seen it or really had a touch of it. And wow, okay. Wow, okay. Wow, okay. Stop that. Thank you, Klosterman. Thank God. Let's get this one away, Gosens. There we go. And, okay, let's get something... What? What the hell? What has gotten into Bayern the first game of the season? And they're really all over us. Oh, there you go. There you go. Bayern do score. Gnabry, 18 minutes in, 1-0 up in this game. And I literally have not touched the ball for the first 18 minutes. I might have had little bits here and there, trying to kick it away, but literally hardly touched the ball. Not had anything in terms of possession. And here's the goal. Like I say, literally, ball down the line, crossed over. Gnabry, of all people, gets the header on it, and there you go, into the back of the net, and Bayern go 1-0 up this early on. Let's take a look at the possession. In fact, match facts here, possession, 95-5. There you go, that's how bad the possession has been in this first 18 minutes. Oh, Gosens, there we go, decent ball now to TIMO WERNER, who we know has got the pace, but no sort of support there. Let's try and get something going. Grealish, okay. TIMO WERNER is looking quite free. Maybe the 1-2 with Szoboszlai, maybe not, and he's going to be offside, of course. Miles offside. But like I was mentioning earlier, guys, let me know down below in the comments. Am I making the right decision in not selling Upamecano? Obviously, like I say, with the board expectations, I just don't want to weaken the side too much. And obviously we fail and then we end up getting sacked from the club. I really don't want that to happen. Oh, that's a good ball over the top. Good ball over the top. Lewandowski 2-0. And it's not going to be one of them games, is it? It's not going to be a repeat of the quarterfinals against Bayern in the Champions League. And like reaching the final of Champions League this season, if we come against Bayern at any point, I know we're out at that stage because they just demolish us every single time. And you can see, great strike, great volley from Lewandowski. Nothing, not taken away from the strike, but we just cannot compete against them. No matter how good we make the team, we just cannot compete against Bayern Munich. We really can't. Well, that's a great header. That's a great header. Grealish, go on, get TIMO WERNER in. TIMO WERNER, and okay, Ginter does end up getting the better of him. And like I say, it's a shame so far for TIMO WERNER's like sort of second return, or his return, sorry, to the club, to go like this in the first game. But like I say, we know it's not a league game and what have you, but it is still a game, and it is a shame, but it is against reigning champions of the Bundesliga, Bayern Munich, and we know how much of a force they are. And they're playing sort of 2 youth players in this. I'm guessing what the 2 players were, I didn't notice. And they're playing really well as well. Oh, Lima with a pass up here. TIMO WERNER. Come on, Grealish, get on running. Oh, my days. The pass. Oh, we couldn't get it with Gosens there. And we're really not getting a look in this game. And I'm tempted to go on attacking, to be honest, just to see what we can do with it. You know, not that we've got nothing to lose. Obviously, I don't want to give up this 2-0. Well, I say 2-0, what have you, the scoreline. But if anything, it's just going to get worse and worse with the way we was playing. So I think trying to go on attacking and just trying to fight fire with fire pretty much. And here we go, Lima. Let's get some players running here. No one really running. Over to TIMO WERNER. Szoboszlai. There we go, Szoboszlai. Oh, my days. He's just going to lose it to Saar. TIMO WERNER. Go on. Take the shot on. Go on. Oh, my God. Okay. Maybe could have got a little bit closer there. I'm just worried about not getting a shot on goal. Lookman. Maybe, but yeah, I was worried about not getting a shot on goal. But Szoboszlai to whip this one in. The header. Oh, it's not going to come from anything. Grealish. Okay, Gosens gets it. Okay, let's have a see. Player out wide. Szoboszlai. Back inside once again. Okay, there we go. The pass. Go on. Get out to Grealish. Come on, Grealish. The shot's on goal. And oh, what? I thought I was in the back of the net. Haidara for Lima. We'll make that change, actually. Haidara, even though he's 79 rated, is actually a really good player. And Lewandowski is going to come off. Xerxes is going to come on. And I feel quite insulted at that, I forgot, to be honest. But to be fair, I don't blame them bringing on a youth player on. Only 14 minutes left in this game. Werner now. Okay, running. Go on, take the shot on. Go on. Oh, Neuer once again, man. He's literally world class. Lookman is not coming on, man. I cannot afford to bring Lookman on. Timo Werner, I took it a little bit closer to the goal this time, and even still, Neuer still saves it. Aubameyang is going to come on, I've just noticed as well. Szoboszlai whips this one in, punched away, and we can't even pick up the loose ball. Grealish to Timo Werner now. 5 minutes remaining. Okay, Timo Werner, the pass. Oh, my days, man. Yeah, guys, I think once again it's been a not a masterclass, but they just showed us how much better of a team they are than us in this game. And it's going to be a really tough one, as we know. Sane now whips this one in. Are they going to get a third? And I don't think they are. Meccano deals with that one. Olmo. And here we go, the passing out from the back. Let's go. Haidara, Szoboszlai. Okay, Haidara. Okay, Jack Grealish, go on. Go on, Grealish. Go on. Go on. Roll it inside, maybe. That's it. Finesse shots. And he's on. But again, it's always going to be a save from Neuer. And the full-time whistle goes in this game. And Bayern 2, Leipzig 0. And Bayern walk away with the first sort of trophy of the season, being the Super Cup. And yeah, we've got a long way to work with this team. So here we go then into the post-match interview, and as expected, the first question obviously is going to be about Timo Werner. And to be fair, obviously it's down to my fault that we didn't play too well in that game, but let's be realistic, it's Bayern Munich who we played against for the first game, and they absolutely demolished us last season twice in the Champions League. So, you know, another competition, they're going to demolish us again. I want to win that, of course they are. So, you know, there you go. It's just a shame that his debut was going to be that game. Does that defeat make you doubt your players? No, of course not. We struggled to make things happen. You know, it just really was a tough game. Jack Grealish, again, he hasn't really hit the ground running. Another player, very similar to Silva, had a first couple of good games and then hasn't really performed as well as he probably should have. But you can definitely build on this, hopefully. And now having Jack Grealish, sorry, now having Timo Werner up front will improve his game. But there we go then, guys. The first trophy of the season is going to go to Bayern Munich, but I'm hoping that isn't going to be the reason for the rest of the trophies not to go our way. So you can see, obviously, we've got a chance to win the Super Cup. We haven't won that. Obviously, now we just have to obviously focus on the Bundesliga, the German Cup, and the Champions League. They're all going to be tough this season. Like I said, the board does expect a lot from us. So you guys have to help me out down below in the comments on any signings we should make to improve this team. But there we go then, guys. That's going to be it for the first episode of this second season of the RB Leipzig career. But I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and I hope you're happy to see Timo Werner back at RB Leipzig. Like I say, he's going to have better days at the club, just against Bayern, and how you've seen recent, games against them. It's been very tough. So I just think maybe if we went attacking from the first minute, like I said, the second half, we definitely had a better half than compared to the first. But it's all a learning curve, isn't it? Like I say, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like down below if you did. Hit the subscribe button if you are new. And I'll catch you guys in the next episode.